How's everyone doing? Welcome back to another video on the channel where today I will be announcing that I will be participating in a Pokemon Draft League. And oh boy, am I excited for this. The name of the team for this season will be the Cleveland Excavaliers, which is loosely based on the Cleveland Cavaliers, as I'm a Cavaliers fan. Go Cavs, even though we lost to the Pacers. The rules for the Draft League are you must draft no less than 11 Pokemon, but no more than 12. You can't exceed your budget of 165 points. As the format for this Draft League is the National Dex Ubers tier, you cannot draft more than 2 Pokemon from the Ubers tier. Pokemon between the mid and bottom tier are allowed to Terra. There are certain Terra restrictions, however, and Z Crystals are banned. If you don't know what a Pokemon draft is, coaches are able to draft Pokemon that are put in different tiers between the top tier, which is 25 points, and 1 point. And after they take however many Pokemon, and this 12 Pokemon, each week the coaches battle each other until the end of the season, where a tournament bracket is then set. From that tournament bracket, we see who the best coach of the Pokemon draft is. Now let's get into the team analysis. For my first pick of the draft, I chose Genesect. Of course I did. It's strong on the physical side, it's strong on the special side, it's fast, it has great bulk, only one weakness. I can run a Choice Band, Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, or I can run Technoblast to catch people off guard. And it's very solid for an Uber's pick and can deal with a lot of the bigger Uber threats besides a couple like Ho-Oh, Dialga. But of course, I can break those down little by little. For my second pick of the draft, I decided to go with Walking Wake. I wanted to get my Water Fire Grass Core out of the way, and Walking Wake just seems like one of the best picks of the draft, especially since I was going so late in the order. I just thought, okay, what's a very good Pokemon that I don't want others to have, especially people that are running Sun teams, and Walking Wake was the answer. Of course, I can bring this to battles where people are using Sun or Rain, because Hydro Steam, even though it gets that boost in the Sun, it still gets it in the Rain as well. It's a pretty bulky Pokemon, only 2 weaknesses. I can run AV if I want to, but of course the key items I'm going to be using are Booster, Specs, and Scarf. Just a great Pokemon all around. For my third pick of the draft, I decided to go with Ferrothorn. Not only is it, of course, a bulky Pokemon that can set up rocks, spikes, can use Leech Seed to chip down all these Pokemon. It's a very good Pokemon into the Ubers, but I also think that it can be good offensively. Of course, a 94 base attack. It's good in Trick Room with its slow speed. If someone uses Trick Room, Power Whip, Gyro Ball, Heavy Slam, Iron Head, can use Curse, can Iron Defense, and Body Press. So I think it's a very, very underrated Pokemon for this draft. For my fourth pick of the draft, I decided to go with Mimikyu. I think it's a very good Pokemon. It's great on the offensive side and it has great utility and can support. On the offensive side, of course, we have Swords Dance with Play Rough, Shadow Call, Drain Punch, Shadow Sneak for priority. It's just amazing on the offensive side, but also on the support side, it can also use moves like Trick Room, Will-O-Wisp, Destiny Bond to catch some Pokemon out, Thunder Wave to get some speed control, or Curse to chip away Pokemon when it's at low HP. My fifth pick of the draft is Mega Blaziken. Not only does this complete my Firework Grass Core, but it's also my second Uber of the draft, so no more after this. Mega Blaziken, of course, a very strong Pokemon with close combat and Flare Blitz. Gets a pivoting move in U-turn, great coverage in Brave Bird, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Knockoff. Not only this, it can attack on the special side with Overheat, gets a priority move and Vacuum Wave, and a priority blocking move and Upper Hand. Just a very good Pokemon to have in general. My sixth pick of the draft was Hoopa Unbound. Just a very strong Pokemon in general, both on the physical and special side, and can be run mixed. It gets Nasty Plot, it's set up, and can just run Choice Scarf to catch out Pokemon of a higher speed tier. A very, very good Pokemon. The seventh Pokemon I decided to draft was Alolan Muck, a great Pokemon on especially the defensive side, very bulky, gets great coverage in Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Shadow Sneak as priority, great stab and knockoff, Crunch, Gunk Shot, and Poison Jab to hopefully poison proc with Poison Touch, a great ability. I was also able to Terra this Pokemon. I decided to go with Terra Water just because it's a great defensive typing. My 8th pick of the draft is Miss Magius, a great Pokemon with Levitate to help with my ground type weaknesses, and with its ghost typing, I can block Rapid Spin. It has great setup moves and Nasty Plot and Calm Mind. It can run Destiny Bond or Curse as support moves. Not only this, but I can use Will-O-Wisp or Thunder Wave Hex sets. I can use Choice Scarf to trick defensive Pokemon on the enemy's team. I can use Choice Specs for strong Shadow Balls and Dazzling Gleams, as I've decided to go with Tera Fairy on this Pokemon. A Pokemon that can really get the jump on the enemy's team if not dealt with quickly. For my 9th pick of the draft, I decided to go with Alolan Executor, a very underrated Pokemon in my opinion. Strong special moves like Draco Meteor, Energy Ball, Giga Drain, Psychic, Flamethrower, very strong on the special side. Also gets great support moves like Trick Room, Leech Seed, Wish, Teleport to get out and pass that wish onto other Pokemon. There are a couple things that I'll be doing with this Pokemon, as you can see in the top right with my key items like Custap Berry Harvest for Draco Meteors or Leaf Storms. Citrus berries, as it has harvest leftovers. Of course, this Pokemon is able to also use any Tera, so I can do it something defensively like Tera Fairy or Tera Steel or Tera Ward, which is probably going to be my go-to Teras. Just a very underrated Pokemon that can be a big threat if not dealt with very fast. My 10th pick of the draft is Empoleon, a great utility Pokemon with Stealth Rock, Yawn, Haze, Toxic, Defog, and also gets a pivoting move and flip turn, but also can be a threat on the offensive side if set up correctly. Of course, has the competitive ability that gives it a special attacking boost, can use agility, has great moves like Surf, Flash Cannon, Ice Beam, and Grass Knot to deal with the ground type Pokemon is weak to as well. Just a very good Pokemon in general. My 11th pick of the draft is Galarian Darmanitan, a very strong Pokemon, and that does not need to be said. Gorilla Tactics to give it that Life Orb boost, but since I only can use one move, I get good use out of items like Choice Scarf and Choice Band. Of course, moves like Icicle Crash, Stone Edge, Earthquake, Flare Blitz, a pivoting move and U-turn. Just a very strong Pokemon and a very annoying Pokemon if not killed fast. My 12th and last pick of the draft was Typhlosion, a very strong Pokemon on the special side. Can use Choice Scarf and Choice Specs to get strong eruptions and overheats, but also with Tera Fire can use the move Burn Up. If you don't know what that does, you'll see when I use it in the draft. I'm not gonna expose it. Also chose Tera Grass just as a defensive typing for water and ground type moves. Just a very strong and annoying Pokemon to deal with. And that's the end of the team analysis. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to posting the draft content. The first video will be out next Monday. Of course, those will be going on for a few months, and I hope that you guys enjoy this, and this is content I can do for the future, and I can maybe try different draft leagues, maybe VGC, you know, maybe regular standard OU. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.